Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Operative here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own camos. A couple people have been asking me to do this, show them how to, but it's more of like it's a really simple process. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So what you're going to need to download is this editing or edit camos pack, which will be in the description, and then just extract it to your desktop. In this folder, you'll find the converter that will convert your IWI files to DDS and then back from DDS to IWI. This is the only one I found that works for Black Ops 1. The other ones were just misadvertised and didn't work. If you can't launch this, then you'll need to install this VC Redis. It's Visual C++ redistributable thing. It's like a certain package that this has to have or else it won't work, and most people don't have it apparently. So yeah, I just did some diagnosing to figure out what was wrong with it and why it wasn't launching, and in the log file it came up with I didn't have this. So anyway, let's just jump right into the other part. So what you're going to do is go to your local disk, program files x86, Steam apps, common, Black Ops, main, and then you're going to see right here that there is these IWD files that you can't open, but really you can. So let's just go to open, select the program from a list of installed programs, hit browse, and if you have 7-zip or WinRAR, select them, go into like your program files, you'll see WinRAR. Depending on which one you installed, it might be in your x86 or it might be in your 64-bit program files. Or if you have Windows 32-bit, it will be in your 32-bit folder because you can't support 64-bit, which is the normal program files for Windows 32-bit. Alright, so we're gonna select WinRAR, and now all of these are gonna switch to WinRAR files so you can view all of them. So really all we're going to do in this one is modify the default Pack-a-Punch camo. Like, you can just completely wipe out the previous camo, and you can redo your own alpha lighting and everything, but I'm not going to get into that. This is where the Pack-a-Punch camo is, right in the camos, and then you're going to see Pack-a-Punch, or camo underscore Pack-a-Punch underscore C, and then you're going to have these env and specs with the same first two words. So what we're going to want to do is you can exit out of this, just make sure you leave this open. Make a new folder and name it just say camo, and move it in there. And once you've done that, just go ahead and minimize that because we won't need that for a while. Now we have this converter in the camos pack, so we're going to go ahead and hit copy, paste, so now we can convert the camos over to a readable Photoshop format. So you just highlight all of the IWIs, drag them on top of the IWI DDS fast converter, and it'll launch a command prompt that will convert them. And once you've done that, you're going to want to have Photoshop and this plugin right here. So I already have it, but I'm just going to reinstall. Okay, so as you can see, it has the installer. Next, I accept. No. Alright, so it's going to register the product. It's going to take a second, so I'll be right back whenever it's finished registering the product. Alright, so I'm back after it has registered the product. So we're going to go ahead and hit change for the file where Photoshop is used. If it has already selected one for you, yeah, that might work, but what I do is, since I have the portable version because I didn't want to download the whole actual one yet, I'll get it later, but I just select the base Photoshop directory as it says and hit OK, then hit next and install. So if it is in your program files, it should be like under Adobe in your program files x86 or your normal program files, depending on what OS you have installed or what or whatever fucking version of Photoshop you got. So now we're going to open up Photoshop. And let's go ahead and minimize that. So now we have Photoshop and the plugin installed. So we're going to go ahead and go to Camo, open up CDDS, and then load using default sizes. Alright, it always glitches out whenever I don't have arrow on, but recording screen regions, it's better to not have arrow on. Alright, so here we have the Pack Punch camo. This is, like, I don't really know how to explain how all of these affect the camo, but really all it is just playing around with how the camo is and just getting used to, like, the understanding of how each of these files affects the camo. So we're just gonna make a basic lime green with a pattern today. So to start off, we'll just make a new layer and double click on that layer to make it rasterized, and then we can just basically erase everything off of it, because who gives a fuck about that. Alright, so let's go with lime green, and then pattern overlay, opacity, okay. Looks pretty funny, but we'll fix it. So hold on a second, I'm gonna get a pattern pack for Photoshop. Actually, I just decided to make the pattern overlay subtract and the opacity 37, so it'll look pretty weird. So yeah, hold on one sec. I'm also gonna do some type of, nah, fuck that. That's pretty weird looking. But let's just go ahead and go to multiply. You can do some like weird shit with like inner glow and all this crazy shit, but really it's not gonna end up doing anything. You can also make like a tiny picture of an ass like in the corner and then just multiply it a bunch of fucking times and then like make an ass camo or something. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and hit OK. So let's just assume we're done with our camo and merge the layers and flatten the image. It's not going to change anything, it's just going to compress it into one locked background type of layer. And then you're going to check your channels to see if there is a alpha channel, which there is no alpha channel here. So you can add an alpha channel, right? And then you can do like some cool effect to it like this. And then this will make it a chrome alpha. So it's hard to explain, but I'm not going to use an alpha on this channel. So let's just go ahead and shit can the alpha channel and save this as a, we're going to save it in a new folder. We're going to make a new folder called edited camo. And we're going to save this in here. Alright, so since we're not using alpha, there's no alpha on our channel, we're going to save it as DTX1 RGB, no alpha, for BPP. And generate bitmaps, hit save. And then we're going to go ahead and close that one. Hold on a sec. Oh my god. That little glitch this does whenever you don't have arrow on is hilarious. Alright, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna go into the Camos folder and go into the env file. So this one has a built-in alpha channel. So let's just go ahead and get to erasing this camo, unless you want the circuitry type thing that this has, but I don't. So, uh-oh. Alright, so what we're gonna do this time is just the texture, basically. So you guys saw how that was just the circuitry. I mean, you can think about it this way, like, you see the circuitry and it looks cool. That's basically like the one that's like the really defined circuitry. Either that or the spec would be that. These next two are just like the really defined designs and shit like that, or the reflective designs, and there's lots of reflection on Call of Duty, unless you want to remove the alpha channel, which gets rid of the reflection. So since we don't want this alpha channel, alright, so since we did that, we can always change what's on the alpha. So, oh my god, okay, there we go. So now we're back on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and just make it lime green, because it really doesn't matter what color I use right now. Alright, so I'm gonna go into the pattern overlay. Alright, so I just added another alpha. God damn it. I'm still experimenting with this, so I'll be right back, guys, whenever I'm done with this. Alright, guys, so I've done some research and I've come to the conclusion that I am a complete dumbass. So I'm going to try this one thing real quick, and then we will continue with the tutorial. Alright, so we're just going to do a slightly different alpha channel here. So when you're done editing your channel, let's just go ahead and flatten this image so we can actually save this. So let's hit save as, and we're going to put it in the edited camos folder. And since it has an alpha channel, you want to save it as DTX5 interpolated alpha, and make sure it has generate bitmaps on. And then let's go ahead and just close this one and open the last one, which is the specular. Alright, so as you guys can see, That's what that one looks like right there. That's what the game registers. But whenever we're editing it in Photoshop, we need to have it like this. So basically on this one we want to have our, okay, there we go. We want to have our camo on the bottom, or the base color on the bottom, which is lime green. I don't know what the fuck I'm really talking about. I'm just making an assumption because I'm actually trying to understand all of it for once, because I haven't had Black Ops because I thought my problem was to reinstall Windows, but really all it was one fucking driver, or C++ redistributable. So let's just go ahead and make a new layer, and I'm just gonna put like gray on there or some shit, but I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so for anything that has alpha, you cannot save it as more than one layer. So we're gonna merge the layers and then flatten the image, and then that's how you won't get an error for saving. But actually, I'm gonna show you guys what the error is. I'm gonna try to save it right now, see what it gives me. If it gives me an error. Okay, see how it says too many channels to export? That's what error you get whenever you haven't flattened the image. So just save as, and save it into your edited camos folder. Since it has an alpha channel, we're going to save it as an alpha with generated bitmaps. And now we're completely done with Photoshop. So once you have your edited camos, or all your edited files, we're going to go ahead and shift click, get all of them highlighted, and then it'll have it open up this command prompt. Now we hit 3, I hit 4, 3 and hit enter, and then it's going to convert them all to format with Black Ops. So let's go ahead and go into this IW01 that I told you guys to minimize, and put all the IWI files in there. I always put the compression method on best because I don't know, I just like best. So let's go ahead and go into Call of Duty Black Ops. Alright, hold on one sec. I'm going to get a trainer because I don't feel like waiting forever to get the fucking points. Alright, so I have the trainer now, and we're just gonna go ahead and fucking check out this PAP camo. If you do get an error loading, then that means that you fucked up somewhere. If you follow every direction, you will have no problems, and this should all work out great for you. Alright, so let's just go ahead and set the points. Actually, no, I don't even need to do that yet. Alright, so you can see, like, right now it's like super lime green, but you can see the hint of the texture in there. But yeah, I mean, you can make camos way better than this. This is just like 5 minutes of time. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Experiment, make some badass camos, and yeah, see ya.